Hello everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to a new playthrough of Shadows of Brimstone, where we're going to play a new adventure which is for a few Darkstone more. It is virtually identical to a fistful of Darkstone. I'll mention what the slight differences are in a few minutes, but first, before that, yes, we have an exciting place to go. And here we are at Catweazle's cock-up corner. Quite a bit to go through, but I'm going to breeze through it as quickly as possible. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. Now, made an error last turn. We should have. I thought we had to take -1 off a roll for the town event. So we were on 2. And I thought it was that roll that got a -1 on it. We ended up rolling a 2 and we ended up with a 1 and getting a town event. We'd got a town event anyway. But it was actually the next roll I should have took -1 off. And it would have meant we got a void twister. Now, I'm not going to change it. And I'll tell you why. There are 2 reasons I'm not going to change it. One, because I'd already uploaded the video when it was out there. I think there's only once before I took a video down, and that was within 10 minutes. Within 10 minutes of uploading the video, I realised it was wrong, and I just took it down. This one, I didn't realise it was wrong, and it had been up there for about 2 hours. By which time I thought, it's no good taking it down now. Too many people have watched it. So I kept it out there. And it doesn't matter anyway, because the particular thing that I got wrong was, instead of town overrun, we should have, that 3 that I rolled, should have took 1 off it, and got a void twister. Void twister is one of the most poorly designed elements of Shadows of Brimstone, and I don't like it. It's the type of design I don't like in any game. First came across this type of design in AD&D, so now you know how old I am. Yes, it was a new game then, and back in the early 80s, and it had something called a death save. Now, you've got a death save in 5e, which is the current version of D&D, but at least you get 3 goes at it, yeah? Death saves back in the day were pathetic. You just got, it was 1 roll, that was it. If you didn't succeed at that roll, you were dead. Bye. End of story. And that is what Void Twister is in Shadows of Brimstone. You get a single roll. If you don't succeed at it, you die. Yeah, I don't do that. It's piss poor design. It's ancient design. You will get some people out there, grognards, old fogies, that go like, oh no, it's fantastic. I always play that way. You know, like there's some sort of hard ass for playing that way. You know, they're really tough, they're a badass. Yeah, I play that way. Well, best of luck to you. If you want to play that way, you play that way. I don't play that way. I play for fun. And it's so different having I mean, I don't mind dying in games, yeah. Not in such an arbitrary manner. You know, just 1 roll. You should die after you've had, you know, at least several rolls. You know, you're fighting some huge monster. Okay, you might not have much chance, but you don't just get wiped out on 1 roll. And that is what is wrong with Void Twister. And I will not play it that way. Even if we get it in the future, I won't play it that way. But for a laugh, we're going to do it now. Right, so we'll do it now. So I think it's a 5+ on agility or strength. Everybody's going to choose agility because everybody's strength's rubbish. So for Cade, his agility's 3, and he succeeded. So he succeeded. Remember, nobody's dying even if they fail. And it's 3 as well for Running Bear. He passed. And finally, we have got 5 dice for Fifi. And she survived as well. So everybody survived, but it doesn't stop the fact that it's just an absolutely rubbish mechanic. Single rolls to live or die. You know, when was this game made? 2014? Huh? Come on. I know it's got roll to move and stuff. I suppose, you know, it has got a bit of retro charm, this game. I like it. Don't get me wrong, I do like it. But there are some elements like Void Twister that are just rubbish. So, I've rolled for it now, and we all survived anyway, even though we were going to survive anyway. But the other thing I'm going to mention is, if we get Void Twister in the future, nobody's dying. Yeah? I think what I'll do is, if you get caught in the Void Twister, you will just lose D3 items, and you will lose all of your money. As you know, I split the money when we're actually in town. Yeah, split the money when we're in town. So anybody that gets caught in a Void Twister will lose 3 items, and that includes personal items and starting items. Yeah, and they will lose all of their money, and that's how I will play that. I may give them D6 wounds as well, just like Town Overrun. Yes, so I'll do that, but nobody's going to die on a single die roll. As mentioned, don't mind if it's an actual, you know, battle, a fight, then fair enough if you die. That's, most of the time, that's not a single die roll, yeah? And in Shadows of Brimstone, you can always run away. So that's fine. But single die rolls to live or die? Good grief! That's the 80s, man. Just ridiculous. So anyway, I made sure I rolled, and I'm glad I passed. But even if we hadn't passed, like, nobody's dying that way. They'll die. They'll die with the boots on, not through an arbitrary Void Twister roll. A load of rubbish. Anyway, on top of that, there's still some other things I got wrong. So, Town Overrun is what I went with, so we're going to stick with that. And there was a slight problem with Town Overrun. You're supposed to roll for Darkstone. I did for Cade, but what I forgot that Fifi's got 2 Darkstone shivs now, and they count. So she's got to roll 2 dice for those. So hopefully she won't roll a 1. We shall see. No, she got 2 4s, so she gets away with it like Cade did, and doesn't have to take any wounds. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. There might have been a few other minor things, but the main thing I wanted to get off my chest was Void Twister and these single rolls, you know, single death save rolls. They're just rubbish, right? I don't have them at Castle Catweazle. No single death rolls. Okay, let's carry on. Oh, and this isn't a go at, you know, Lunaria or anybody who actually, you know, picked up on it. It's just what I personally do, okay? If people, you know, like to play that way, nostalgia reasons or whatever, or that's how they enjoy to play, knock yourselves out. I just don't play that way. And I think there's a reason why there are barely any games anymore that have this sort of mechanic. And there are good reasons for it, in my opinion. But all of that I've just said, my opinion. Yeah, feel free to ignore it, feel free to agree with it, do what you like, it's your game. Okay, back to a few dollars more. A few Darkstone more even. And what is the mission? The mission should be coming up. And it's basically very similar to a Fistful of Darkstone. Except we're going to do the medium mission, which is, instead of finding 2 clues, we're going to find 3 clues. As soon as we get 3 clues off the exploration tokens, we found the objective room. Exactly the same thing will happen as happened last time, except instead of using a high threat, we will use an epic threat. And there is also the chance that if we get a gate, then we will be going through to another world. So that's been added now. I haven't added Cinder to the other worlds, so it'll either be Targa or Gargano. And we'll find out when we do the world card. Should we get a gate and go through it. But other than that, it's pretty much exactly the same as the previous mission. We've just got to find an extra clue, which means we get extra XP and we get extra reward, if always assuming that we succeed, of course. So that's the main difference. We're just looking for a medium deposit and have to find 3 clues. And there's slightly different failure condition or whatever, but we'll go through that should we fail. Okay, we've got to put the exploration on. We've got to mix them up. He says turning, buddy, one turning over, another one turning over. Right. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we'll just, that'll go on top of that. That'll go on top of that. And that'll go on top of that. We'll do it that way. So there are our exploration tokens. And we are ready to go. One other thing I've done is I haven't shuffled the decks. The ones like the rooms, the encounters and everything that we got last time, the darkness cards and the growing dread cards, I've just put them at the bottom of the stacks. Let's see some different cards. That's all it's for. So you won't see any of the previous cards that you saw last time unless there are doubles. If there are doubles in the deck, then we may see a card again. But let's try and get some new cards just for shits and giggles. Let's go for it. Okay, right. We are ready to go. So I'll see you in a moment for turn 1. And here we are at turn 1. So it is hold back the darkness time. Back to 7+. What we got? A 9. Yeah, let's keep that going. Awesome. So we have held back the darkness. Next up is Cade. He is going to roll for movement. And he gets a 6. Right out of the traps is Cade. Boom, and he's gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's not going to look through. He's going to wait for everybody else. But he is going to scavenge. So that's 4 dice because of his ace of spades. And he scavenges. Cool. Now, you don't have to scavenge, but I always scavenge. Even if you get something like, you know, really bad. It's worth it just for the XP, especially at low level, yeah. And, you know, just roll with it. That's my advice. And, of course, hope that you do well. And we do. So we get 10 XP and we get $25. That'll do. So, 10 XP. In it goes. And $25. Awesome. Good find, Cade. And we've got to put one of these out. So we've done one scavenge of this tile. Excellent. And that is it for Cade's turn. So next up it is going to be our running bear. And he is going to roll for movement. Come on. He gets a 3, which is actually a 4. So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And he will scavenge as well, because we all know how much he enjoys scavenging. Can he get a 6? He can get a 6, so he is going to scavenge 2. And he gets a hideous discovery. Okay, so at least he gets 10. Yeah, perhaps we should stop him actually doing this. Scavenging doesn't seem to be a strong point. Poking around in the shadows, you see something that chills you to the bone. You quickly return to the group, refusing to speak of what you found. Take 3 horror hits that do 2 sanity each. But he can use a willpower save on that, and he's going to. So 3 dice, 4 or better, and he gets 1 4. Boo! But that is a defence, I believe, is it? Does his heightened senses kick in? Oh, it's a willpower roll, isn't it? Not a defence roll. So I don't think he can do that. Is he going to spend a grit? He'll spend his grit. So he's now got no grit left. And he's going to re-roll 2 of those dice. And he saves another 1, so he just takes 2 horror hits. 2 sanity off Running Bear. So he's currently got 1 wound and 2 sanity. He had 1 wound that he carried over from the town visit, remember. Okay, that's it for Running Bear. And Fifi. She gets to roll for movements. And she rolls a 3, which in actuality is a 5, because she's got +2 movement. And, oh, put the second scavenge token on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is good. So at least she is she's adjacent to both of our heroes, and she, yes, it's the end of the turn. She's going to use a comforting presence. She can't scavenge, can't look through. So she's end of the turn. She's going to use a comforting presence for 5 XP. And she is going to take 1 of those sanity off Running Bear. So he's got 1 wound and 1 sanity now. Good, good. Oh, better put the scavenge deck back. There we go. Okay, that's it for turn 1. I shall see you in a moment. Okay, I'm back. Just sorted out the XP, so know where we're up to, because we are going to be levelling up, I think, in this particular adventure. We're on 1420, so there we go. Plus the fact I should have moved this back up there, and let's get all this in. And we are ready for turn 2 and hold back the darkness. So let's go. And a 6 is not good enough. Boo! So 1 on the darkness track. Then it is Cade. So Cade is going to roll for movement. Do the 1. He gets a 4, never mind. And he is going to look through for 5 XP, which means we get, whoop, pull this up, and we get the blast room. Okay, I'll pick the blast room out, won't be a moment. Okay, here's the blast room, set it up. Oh, actually we'll move this a bit further down, actually. That'll be better, because we'll soon be getting rid of this tile. So there we go, blast room. And that is going to get an exploration token, so we'll just pop that there. And oh, we're on Cade's go, aren't we? So that should be there. And that is it for Cade's go. Can't scavenge, all scavenged here. And we've got an exploration token that we haven't revealed yet, so we can't scavenge there either. So we'll just leave it at that, and it will be Running Bear's turn. So Running Bear is going to roll for his movement. He gets a 1, so he gets a grit. Important. We've all got a grit each now. He's got his grit back. That's fantastic. And Bob. He can move 2. So he's going to go 1, 2. Don't mind blocking Fifi off. She's got acrobatic dodge. She can move through these 2 guys anyway. So he moves up to there. And obviously can't scavenge. That's scavenged out. Unrevealed exploration token here. So that is it for his go. And finally we have Fifi. She is going to roll for movement. Could do with her getting a 1 as well. She gets a 5, which is a 7 because she's got +2 move. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. No, she's just going to end up 2 in front of these guys, I think. She'll just end up there. So it's not a huge room. So I don't want to... In fact, no. She's going to end up here. Normally I'd march her right into the room. But we still have some sanity damage and wound damage on Running Bear, and I want to get rid of it. Well, get rid of 1 of it anyway. So she will actually stop there. Otherwise, you know, maybe an attack or something on here. So normally I'd have put her a bit further forward, but no, I want to take some damage off Running Bear, so she'll stop there. Okay, so that having been done, that's the end of her turn. And talking about comforting presence, we'll do it now. So there's another 5 for comforting presence, and she will take a wound off of Running Bear, so he's back up to 10. He just has the single sanity damage at the moment. That is it for her. But just before we go back to holding back the darkness in the next turn, we have to turn this over. So what is it? It is an encounter. So no monsters. Cool. And we've got a single exit. Unfortunately, we don't have a clue token. But let's roll for the single exit. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. According to the card, 1. So that is the exit up there. We haven't got much room up there, but I think we'll all be coming off this tile. So we'll pretty much come off the entrance tile now. So I should be able to spin it round for the start of next turn. Okay, encounter card. That's what we need. So let's pick one. Steam clouds. Funky. Encounter environment visibility. The room is filled with thick hot steam pouring out of rusty broken pipes running along the walls and floor. It's hard to see 3 feet in front of you, let alone who or what might be in the room with you. Nice. Any model on this map tile, or targeting a model on this map tile, ranged attacks only hit on rolls of 6+. Well, that's fantastic. And these ranged attacks may not get critical hits. Oh, what a horrible little card. Also, roll a d6. On the roll of a 1 or 2, something is in the room with you. Attack. Draw a threat card. We do not want to roll a 1 or a 2. Come on. And we roll a 2. Bloody typical. So we get an attack. That is a medium threat card for 3 heroes. What do we get? We get a double peril dice of void spiders. Awesome. So let's get the peril dice, let's roll. And we get 6. Woo! A bit of luck. So 6 peril dice, which is the least you can get on peril dice. So we've lucked out a little bit there. So 6 void spiders. Okay, I'll put them out on the board and we'll have a look where we're up to. Okay, so here we are with 6 void spiders. Checkerboard pattern. Got a bit of room, but I don't think it's going to help us out too much. And to show you why, you should be having a look at the Void Spiders card. Void Spiders, they're a beast and they're also a void. Size is small, but they have an initiative of 6. So that means when I update the initiative track there, they will be first. They will be going even before Cade, which is a bit of a bummer. They've got no special abilities, thank God. They've got a move of 8, so they will be able to get up and start attacking us, no problem. To escape them, we'll need a 4+. On their combat, they hit on a 4+. They don't have a ranged attack. They have 2 combat dice, and they do 2 damage per hit. Fortunately, they have no defense, which is good. But they do have a health of 3. And it's 10 XP for each one that we defeat. No elite abilities, so we can ignore that. Alright, so yes, they're going to be going first. Yeah, so they'll just rush up here, start attacking us. Unfortunately, unlike the Hungry Dead, which they'd have just shuffled up. But the Void Spiders, they're going to rush up and attack. Okay, right, so what I'll do is I'm going to leave that here and going to do that attack next episode. So a bit of a short episode, but I don't want to get into an attack that I possibly won't be able to finish for an hour and a half, or you know, I don't want an hour and a half episode. I'd rather have a 30-40 minute episode and save the attack for next turn. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the subscriptions and for all the likes and dislikes, as well as all the comments, obviously. The stars are right, you're stars, and you're all right. Anybody who's been to BGG to like the video threads over there, thank you. Again, if you've made a comment there, like the videos, drop Geek Gold, anything like that, thank you so much. And as ever, a huge thanks to all of you who've been to Ko-fi.com to help support the channel and to tip me a brew. Thank you so much. That is it for episode 1 of For a Few Darkstone More. I hope you join me for episode 2. But until then, this is me, Catweazle, saying toodaloo.